Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is really going to deliver a lot of twists and turns that will lead to a lot of changes to the Skywalker saga, and even elements of other canon material such as Star Wars Rebels, and even, of course, using Star Wars Legends as inspirational source material by JJ. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that a description of Rey traveling to the Lost City, where it's explained that she is on a mission to discover many pieces of ancient Jedi and Sith lore, where it's explained that she eventually reaches a place called the Land of Warriors, a place full of Jedi ruins. It's said that once Rey reaches this place, she comes across a large statue that is said to be the statue of Ezra Bridger, that was created by the Force Protectors many years ago, sometime after the events of the original trilogy. It's said that toward the bottom of the statue lists Ezra's new identity, where his full name is revealed with a never-before-seen middle name, where it's said to read Ezra Ephraim Bridger. It's explained that Ezra's middle name is based off of his father's name from Star Wars Rebels, and that this will be Ezra's new identity used in future canon material that will be unveiled in The Rise of Skywalker from Rey's discovery. Additionally, it said that this is where Rey comes across Ezra Bridger's staff and even his journal that contains many secrets of his past and the unknown regions. So let's go over Ezra's new identity here and why it's very inspiring. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is really going to give us a different view of not just the films, but also of Star Wars Rebels and other canon material. So Ezra's name now being Ezra Ephraim Bridger, alright, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled E-P-H-R-A-I-M. Very interesting middle name, I must add. It really does sound very Star Wars-y. And the fact that it's based off of Ezra's father's first name is also just so right and makes a lot of sense. Now, you guys may recall that Ezra's other identity that he went by, of course, on his statue, was, of course, the Savior of the Unknown, which could very well give us a big hint as to what will be explored once we go over into the unknown regions in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, we actually learned that Ezra Bridger was able to save a specific world over in the unknown regions, and it's most likely that that is exactly why he goes by the name the Savior of the Unknown on his statue within the Lost City itself. Now, Rey as a character, we do know that she's going to explore many different parts of course, the Lost City and the Land of Warriors, and learning as much Jedi knowledge as she can in order to really create a new order that's going to be quite flawless, and where she's going to keep a lot of Jedi and Sith historical accuracy about the dark and the light, etc. So what I like about this particular mission that Rey goes on is that she's learning about all of these different characters of the past, not just from the films, but also from Star Wars Rebels and other canon material out there. And I think that this movie does hold a lot of potential to mark itself down as the best of the current trilogy. Now, you can really see how it makes a lot of sense at this point in time as to why we have, of course, Rey and, of course, J.J. Abrams, I should say, in discussions with Dave Filoni, and why he was talking to him while he was writing the script and the big story involving the character of Rey. Now, on top of all of this, the Lost City is said to be a major part of the second act of Episode 9. We're still not quite sure exactly what world it's going to be based on, or exactly, where it is going to be placed in the galaxy. Now, we have heard that it's someplace over in the Outer Rim, but we're not quite certain exactly which star system, and specifically which world it's going to be, that the Lost City is placed underneath the surface of this unknown world. Now, the Lost City is said to be the most, I guess you could say, powerful, strongest nexus, the Force nexus, if you will, because it was created and or linked by Anakin Skywalker between the Lost City and the Beyond itself. So a Force nexus is essentially a concentration of the Force. Now, the character of Ezra Bridger, what I love so much about this character, I don't know if you guys watch Star Wars Rebels, I'm sure a good amount of you guys out there do, but Ezra Bridger really is such an iconic character. He has such a major impact on the Star Wars franchise, and really where everything went into the original trilogy and how it really changed certain aspects of the originals and the prequels, etc. And what I like about Ezra as well is that, you know, we do know that J.J. Abrams is trying to do something very unique with all these different connections to Star Wars Rebels as a way to really make it seem like The Rise of Skywalker is not just going to be a movie in and on itself, but it's also going to be used as a foundation, if you will, to really build new types of Star Wars lore and to really explain all the different gaps in between the films and in between other pieces of canon material that went unexplained. So, anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear